Now this is kind of going back a little bit on this a little bit here, but anyway,
police officer immediately a fax or an email that shall be posted that bicyclists have a right to use any part of the road that they feel necessary for their safety. And this bicyclist was not going in the middle of the road and demanded that this Bay County Sheriff Officer Potter show him the video, which was refused, which was also refused by Panama City Police Officer Boyer. And then Officer Boyer turned around and says, if you're riding in the road, we're going to have a problem. You have to deal with me. Isn't that terrorism right there? Future terrorism.
I'm not.
Now why the fuck wouldn't he answer that? Terrorism? I'm explaining to him what fucking terrorism is? Future fear? I got future fear right now. Anytime I see a fucking cop car now, the average person would go, oh, there's a cop car. Now I'm thinking about, oh, gee whiz, what are they going to look like? What reason are they going to use to fuck with me? To piss me off? But you ask them a simple motherfucking question, and they can't even fucking answer it? How the fuck are they qualified to be in that position in the first place?
Part of that, I wasn't there. I didn't.
No, I know you weren't there, but it's...
See it? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Let me tell you what these sorry fucks. Why don't you? Not my job, not my jurisdiction. I'm not authorized. That's a local issue. I wasn't there. I've heard that fucking thing so many motherfucking times. What the fuck? Does he have to be a member of the Mensa fucking Society to know that he wasn't fucking there? Is he basically saying I wasn't there, I don't believe a motherfucking thing that you say, and I'm going to believe the cop's word over yours? Is that what the fuck is going on?
Same time, the words that are being conveyed to you, are they to be considered or be not considered?
I've just told you a moment ago, I've heard everything you've said. I'm considering it. I would like to go back and do my due diligence, do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
So that I can then advise you as to what our role is in this process.
Well, let me ask you something.
What our role is? Your fucking role is to put out fucking notices so that future bicyclists aren't fucking terrorized. Your fucking role is to put out goddamn fucking signs at all major intersections that bicyclists shall not be terrorized, or you're going to go to fucking jail. That's what the fuck it should be.
I gave you all kinds of statutes. Did you write them down? So I'm trying to help you out. So in other words, save you some book work. You understand what I'm saying?
See, yeah, I did write down the first statute, 316.083, and that's where I'm going to start.
Okay, and then
now, he only wrote one statute down. What is he? Is he a fucking retard or something like that? He can't write? Does he need fucking crayons?
Another one you can write down.
And on my due diligence,
yeah.
I can start.
Another one that you can write down is 9/1813 of the Florida statutes of when a police officer refuses the accused, the person that he wants to take and put a fine on or a ticket or whatever it is, when he does not allow them to write down their side, to include their side, that is a 5-year prison sentence.
That is above and beyond my job duties.
That's very simple. It's very simple.
That is above and beyond my job duties.
But you see, the thing is there's...
How the fuck does he know that? He's not... No, but in other words, when he's saying that, he's saying, fuck you, I don't give a shit. You're interrupting me watching fucking porn on the fucking computer.
Hostility in Bay County, Florida, of people who ride bikes. Because, yeah, there's signs that are up that say, bicyclists sharing road, but they're far and few between. But if you had signs saying bicyclists have a right to use any part of the road, then a message would be sent out to the motorists. And not only that,
I would like to help you here. I would like to.
That's the reason why.
He really wants to help me, but he's interrupting me. Is he a fucking liar on top of that?
Mr. Lewis, that's the reason why I'm giving you these statutes to try to save you bookwork.
No, I need to do it myself.
But at the same time, if I give you statutes...
He needs to do it himself, yeah. He's going to look through 10,000 pages of the Florida statutes. And yet at the same time, I'm being told, fuck you, I don't give a shit, you know? He couldn't even, that sorry fuck, couldn't even fucking write down a couple of statutes?
Doesn't that give you something to go on?
It gives me a starting point.
Right. And not only that...
But
yeah.
I've tried to tell you, the way we do things in the DOT is that we do our own assessments. And I appreciate everything you've given me. It's a lot.
Now, you know, we do our own assessments. You see, people who use this sorry fucking terms, assessments, are basically people that are scammers. They fucking don't give a shit. Implement, stakeholder. These are common terms that are used by grants writers that write for non-profit bullshit corporations, 501c3 corporations. Implement, supplement, stakeholder. And a lot of times these fucking cons of these 501c3 organizations, they don't do a fucking thing. They want volunteers though, man. They like fucking volunteers, man. Suckers, that's what fucking volunteers are, fucking suckers. They don't know that they're pawns in their fucking game.
But you've given me a starting point for me to go do my assessment to understand exactly what is going on with this situation.
Well, what
I am not involved in the law enforcement side, although we do coordinate with law enforcement.
But
oh, man, I think he fucking slipped on that one. We coordinate with the cops. So now he fucking admitted the facts are that he can send out an emergency fucking notice to all cops and all sheriffs, all law enforcement in the state of Florida. He can fucking do it.
the coordination could be very easily, the facts are that you send out an email or something to every law enforcement agency in the state of Florida.
Now you're trying to tell.
Now, notice how this motherfucker is interrupting me again.
Tell me about my job.
What do you mean telling your job? You said coordination, right? Doesn't coordination mean that suggestion, that make it to inform law enforcement officers about the rights of bicyclists, so they don't get these calls?
What I can do for you is this. I can do my assessment. I can report back to you what I found. And if you or the person would like to take this information to the judge to let them know what you have found, I'd be more than happy to provide you with information that will help you. But I am not going to put myself in the middle of this court case. And it sounds like you are asking me to do that.
Well, no. All I'm doing is I'm not asking you to rig anything. See, I'm not asking you to rig anything like the cop did, severely destroying a person's ability to defend themselves, which is a felony under 918.13 of the Florida statutes. But it seems to me when a cop decides he wants to play dirty, all of a sudden people can't figure out.
I'm not interjecting myself into the middle of this court case.
Well, first of all, see, all I'm asking you to do is send out to every law enforcement agency.
That is outside of my job duty, sir.
All right, let me ask you something.
Excuse me.
Michael Lewis.
See, he fucking lied right there. He said we coordinate. What the fuck does coordinate mean? What does that fucking mean? See, he's a fucking liar on top of that.
Who would have the ability to do this? Because what's happening is a lot of police officers, they're not educated to the rights of bicyclists.
This gets to more of at the highest levels of agencies in this state.
Well, I'm sure you can contact them, right?
Listen.
You've been there 5 years, Department of Transportation. You can contact them, right? Am I correct on that or incorrect? How many years? Let me ask you something.
Listen to me. I'm going to end this phone call in about 2 minutes, and I'm going to say this one more time. What I plan to do is take the information you gave me as a starting point. I'm going to make my evaluation, and I'm going to have an answer for you. and whether or not you want to.
I'm going to make my evaluation means, in other words, I'm not going to consider what the fuck you said or anything like that. I'm going to fucking decide. Fuck you, bicyclists. That's what the fuck he's saying.
Back to get that answer, or for me to contact you somehow to give you that information. I will do that.
Okay, your emails.
I am not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
That I am going to send an email to law enforcement telling them what to do.
Why not? Well, you're with the Department of Transportation. Who else can educate the law enforcement officers on the rights of bicyclists than you? Who else can do it?
Excuse me. You're asking me a question. I'm trying to answer you.
Go ahead.
Okay. I can have discussions with my management to see where I go with this. But I have to work through my chain of command to make sure that we are messaging appropriately between the Department of Transportation and law enforcement if we deem that to be necessary.
Well, what do you mean if you deem it to be necessary? You mean you're giving, in other words, you're not giving a choice to the bicyclist to be educated and protected? What do you mean by deemed? What do you mean by deemed? What do you mean by deemed? You decide. You're a public servant, right? Am I correct on that?
I'm not a public chairman.
You're not a public servant? Under 119 of the Florida statutes?
Sir, I'm going to go do my due diligence. I'll have an answer for you.
Okay, your email is your email is michael.lowe@dot.state.fl.us.
Michael.Lewis, Lewis.
Okay, that's MICHAEL dot LEWIS at
dot.state.fl.us.
Okay, I will be keeping in touch with you because this is something that we could do to protect bicyclists from being harassed by cops, and they need to have full-time bicyclists deciding the laws for for bicyclists, not somebody who happens to have a car as their main means of transportation, because a lot of the laws, they don't even apply to bicyclists.
A bicycle on a public roadway is subject to the same laws.
No, they're not. No, they're not, because first of all, number one, we don't have a nose sticking out 6 feet on a vehicle.
Operating a bicycle.
No.
Travel lane.
All right, let me ask you something. Do you ride a bicycle yourself?
Of course. Do you stop at a stoplight?
I slowly go through it, but I don't stop completely. And for a stoplight, if I see no.
Do you stop at a red light?
I stop and then I'll go again. But if there's.
Do you go through the red light before it turns green?
Hey, here's the point. Number one. If I don't have a nose sticking out, on my vehicle, okay? All right. So therefore, if I don't always stop completely at a stop sign. I don't always completely stop at a stoplight because I gotta build centrifugal force up where somebody in a vehicle, they don't have to worry about it. All they gotta do is just push their toes on the gas. Okay? So the point is there
are not separate laws for bicycles.
Oh yes they are. Because first of all, the people that made the laws for the bicycle never considered the bicycle in the first place, just like the idiot that decided that at 10 miles an hour a bicycle only has to stop within 25 feet. What idiot made that law up?
I'll look and see if I find that as a related law.
No, here's the point. The laws need to be made by the bicyclists, not by fat slobs who ride in vehicles.
Okay, sir, I think we're done.